What is going on, y'all? It is hump day. 2 more days until the weekend. Starting us off here watching a little of the 1188 and 2489 combat that is still going on. They're no longer fighting in Kingsland, but through past 7 here. It looks like 88's goal is to build down and eliminate these 89 forts, which would literally evict 89 from Kingsland. So we'll see. We'll see, but they're still fighting. They're still having fun. This KvK is not over yet. What's up, Fub? Jacob? Ben? Good to see y'all. Thanks for popping onto the stream right when we kick it off. Appreciate you guys. Talk a little bit about that Mega KvK once people trickle in here. Until then, we can put up this map of the 2049 KvK. What's up, Plato? Electro King? If you guys don't know Plato, of course, this is Plato's channel here. I see Tesh streaming in here as well. Give me just a second, Tesh. I do not have you set up yet. Here. There we go. If you guys are not aware, OP Tesh is now streaming as well. There's a link to his channel. Go and give that man a subscription. Let's get him up there. He's a good dude. He's always hanging out with us here in chat. Always got good stuff to say, good insights on things. Let's support that man and his efforts with YouTube as well. Greatly appreciate y'all. It's the Gold Pit asking Flight Controller himself, Mr. Electro King. Hey, no problem. No problem. What's up, Joe? And yeah, I mean, speaking of Electro King, right? I mean, he is the graphics god. If you need graphics of any kind, he's the one you need to reach out to. Either on Discord, you can find him on my Discord, or in Kingdom 1029 Alliance PK. Good prices, fast turnaround time, great customer service, support a fellow Rise of Kingdoms content creator, and not some random douchebag on Fiverr. We will discuss that in a little bit, Jacob. First, I want to see if Plato is still out there. Plato, you want to get on voice and give us your perspective from somebody fighting in that Mega KvK? It's this one here, which appears to now be all set. 1960, 2377, and 1671. Versus the rest, including 1034 and 2268, 1875, 1606. All right, I'll jump on my Discord, Plato, and drag you down if you can't get into that room. There he is. Let me unmute the Discord chat here. All right. Can you guys hear Plato?
Hello. Hello. Mic check.
Take a minute. I think the stream is like 30 seconds behind us on live, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
How do I feel about the Packers not getting a first? Hey, you know, we're getting a second round draft pick. Rodgers is not on the team this year. The drama queen is in New York. They can keep him. That's
ACL tear is horrible though for anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I did not wish for the man to get injured. I did not want to see him have a good season. And, but I didn't want to see him get injured. Yeah, it would have been nice if he hit 65% of the snaps this year. So we got a first rounder, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay.
So interesting. I didn't even know the NFL had like conditional trades. That's pretty interesting. NBA is just like, you get what you get. It's your fault.
I don't follow the NBA. There are too many drama queens in the NBA.
Hey man, it's like Rise of Kingdoms.
So, you're in 2268. It looks like the first opportunity you have to fight is going to be against the farming kingdom of 1960.
Yeah, I already scheduled a vacation for the pass opening of Pass 4. I'm gonna LA to DDoS Red in person. Yeah, it should be fun though. I'm meeting up with some Kingdom mates. I'm meeting up with Redline and SF, so it should be pretty interesting trip.
Well, just take your phone with you. It's not going to lag at all.
But if I play this KvK on my phone, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to buy that new iPhone 15. My 12 isn't gonna handle this KvK. That's 100% sure.
So I've seen a lot of shit on Facebook, back and forth, back and forth. It strikes me as odd that 10 minutes after reset last night, there are tweets going out showing this exact alliance, this exact pairing with 60, 77, and 71.
Yeah.
Teaming up together.
Yeah.
What? Did Diplo finish that quickly? What the hell?
There's rumors going about. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna like complain about it or anything. I'll save the bitching for after KvK. But people are saying that they pre-allied or that they went into it. Like people are saying that they paid off Lilith to get this specific map so that they could ally. Because this is really advantageous for them. They knew that they didn't want to go with 1034. Because obviously they have the history in Osiris League and them calling them Run V last pop for not queuing up for that pop, all that stuff. So yeah, this is really advantageous for them. I honestly, all things considered, I think it's a pretty good matchup. The only thing that's tough is obviously, yeah, they like it feels like it was pre-orchestrated, which was the frustration for a lot of the kingdoms in the 5. But for me personally, like I'm just focused on the KvK, and as a member, you get what you get, right? And you just have to fight it out and try your best, and hopefully, we'll do our best in 2068, even though everyone's calling us fake Imperium or whatever. But I mean, we're Thundercamp, man. Thundercamp's always the shittiest camp, so there's no expectations on us. We hold our flag line, our one flag line with the 1034 boys in that zone 6, and we're gonna do what we can. That's the mindset of our KD, and yeah.
Y'all did beat 1021 in a KvK.
Yeah, we beat 1021. We've versed, we versed a lot of Imperiums in the past. We've actually versed 1671 in a 1v2 with 2755 in a zone 6. So we're definitely familiar with 1671. But yeah, it's gonna be really tough because 2377. They're calling them like the 2489 sub accounts. So, and Fa and Arvix and all of them are always gonna show up in the KvK. So, and then of course 1960 is enough said. Their undefeated track record of KvK speaks for themselves. But hey,
89, 2489 is still fighting in their KvK. I mean, 1188's trying to hit him from the backside.
Yeah, I actually haven't even been paying attention to that KvK, but it looks really interesting. We'll have to see what happens. 1671 was 100% tougher than 2755, although 1671 does have a pretty mean downtime, Asian KD specific. Like they're very Asian heavy, time zone heavy. So the toughest part for 1671 is that they always hit us during our non-active time. So 2755 would cover our uptime, and then we go stalemate with them, and then 1671 would just push during our downtime. So that was kind of what happened in that KvK. But
right, and someone in chat did say there was no Diplo. 1960 just made a statement. So that would kind of tie into the 10 minutes after the KvK is announced.
Yeah.
Here are the allies, right?
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be more and more. There's gonna be more and more details that get released and all that kind of stuff. But for me as a player, I really think we have a chance to win, and I don't want to dwell on, oh yeah, this matchup was forced on us, or this matchup, whatever. The matchup is what we have, so I'm just gonna be like, all right, this is what we got. We're gonna verse 1960. I'm gonna trade negative the whole KvK, but we gotta make the most out of it. And after you win or lose, then we can start bitching. You know what I mean?
And that's refreshing to hear, because too many times when matchups are kind of predetermined like this, you have kingdoms that say, fuck it, we're done, we're just gonna farm, we're not gonna fight. So
we had that last KvK, literally last KvK, and it's really frustrating when that happens. So as someone that experienced that, being the quote-unquote bullies, the Imperium bullies, and that the ACs that we're fighting against, they all just dodged us or whatever. Yeah, being dodged is not fun. So I mean, we're obviously not going to go 1v1 in the zone 5, but we're still going to fight this KvK to the best of our abilities. That's
I mean, and kudos to 2268 for having that attitude. That's a fighter's mentality that will bring people to the kingdom in the future.
That's how well we're gonna do. That's a question mark. We did get a lot of migrants from 1254 after they disbanded, and we've never had a fighting KvK with them, so it should be pretty interesting, fighting with them. This is gonna be the first KvK. I'm gonna go all in. Just I usually go all in, but this is gonna be the one where I'm like, all right, I'll buy a couple daily pop-ups and then try to get 6 marches by zone 6 or whatever. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a lot of people's, I feel like, biggest KvK ever in terms of just the amount of Imperiums, the amount of eyes, and the amount of pressure both sides are in, because this is I believe 1034's and 1960's first matchup against each other, and they've both been, well, outside of this season for 1v, but
outside of Osiris League it is.
Osiris League beefing. It's when are you gonna fight us in KvK? And this is finally the time that happened, right? So
payback may be a bitch. Who knows?
And if 1v lost Osiris, but then they win KvK, I think that's still a dub on their part. But we'll have to see what happens, of course. I think 100%. If I had to pick between the sides, as a spectator, I'd still think the red side is favored, just because it's definitely one of those quality versus quantity type of propositions here. 2377 is no joke. 1671, I feel like they go toe to toe against the two camps on our side. That zone 6 is going to be pretty interesting. And then we're probably going to be stalemating with 1034, 2268, and 1960 in this fort meta in zone 6. So it's going to be it really depends on how all the kingdoms in our coalition decide to work together and how well we work together compared to, all 3 kingdoms on their side. It's going to be easier for them to, I guess, hold fronts and know where the responsibilities are, because they have more. I'd rather have, in this situation, I'd rather have more punch than more power in my punch than more fists. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's easier to coordinate the power when compared to the amount of fists you have, right? So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really challenging for us, but at least for me personally, that's what games are for. That's what you play this for, right? You play this to solve problems. You play this to problem solve. You play this to conquer adversity. So
this will test your testicular fortitude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, we were talking about this in our Creators Corner chat earlier, and I think you had said, 1875? Said they're not ready for a big fight yet.
Yeah, there's just been talks about how 1875 they had a pretty tough KvK and they got a migration in literally, I think, a week or two before the KvK started. So they're not, it's not ideal for the new migrants, but I don't know. I can't speak for any other kingdom or even my own kingdom. I can only speak for myself, and I just hope our allies know that at least my friend, I have a lot of friends in 2268. We're ready to roll. We're Thunder Camp. The weakest camp in the KvK, but we're gonna try our best.
That's all you can do, right? You give it your best and roll with the punches. All
Yeah,
right. Anyone in the chat have any questions for Plato? I know he's getting ready to stream himself at the top of the hour, so we don't want to keep him all day. Outcome is already predetermined. 1960 will never lose at KvK.
It's gonna be a tough KvK for sure. I'd definitely say it's 1960 favored, just because, as I said, they chose the matchup. So,
Yeah.
they chose them well, not. It's kind of tough because, like, people are saying they chose the matchup. The five are kind of begrudgingly banding together and saying, all right, whatever, let's make a KvK out of this, because it's still 5 Imperiums. But in my opinion, I think it's still going to be a really good KvK as long as every single kingdom out of our 5 puts their all into it. So that's going to be what we do. We can't do anything about it anymore, right? So
right, and the nice thing, right, is if 1034 is mainly Korean and Asian, and you guys are mainly European and North American, right, you're going to have alternating time zones. So you're always going to be able to put that pressure on the other kingdoms that you're facing if the other kingdoms all have the same downtime. Now,
and that's one thing. That's definitely a big part. They're very Asian dominant, except for 1960. They're 24/7.
Well, pilots.
They're good at flying for sure. Yeah.
Oh, no, the blue side is not weak at all, Future. You are 100% correct there. I don't think anyone's saying they're weak. This is going to be a hard KvK, I think, for both sides. It's just if you can get 1960 and 2377, or 2377 and 1671, one-on-one against any one of these other camps, it's hard. It's hard. Well, I mean, 1960 one-on-one versus anyone is quite difficult, as we saw when they faced off against 2489, but JST gave them a run, or 1365 gave them a run for their money. So we will see.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. Because the thing about 1960 is, they're huge. So there's not really any draining 1960 like you can a normal KD. We're definitely not gonna be. I mean, nothing's been announced in our KD, but from my perspective, I don't think it'd be really smart for 2268 just to run out into Zone 5 to verse 1960. We don't really gain anything from doing that. So. And we're going to get stomped anyways, so that's probably not going to happen. Also, I'm going to be in San Fran during that time, so...
Tash, exactly. I mean, the 5, if they didn't think it was fair, they could have sabotaged the KvK. My hat's off to them for not doing that. That
I mean...
earns respect from me, and I hope from the rest of the community.
I've heard talks that that was, a probability from, some camps, but... At least, I don't know what the other camps are planning to do, but at least from the 2268 side, we just came from Recovery KvK. There's, we're not trying to recover forever here, so... even though we're running into a brick wall, might as well run into a brick wall than play Rise of Farming all the time.
Well, might as well hit that brick wall at 110 miles an hour instead of 5 miles an hour.
I mean, the whole reason you play the game is to play KvKs like this. Well, play KvKs, in my opinion, right? The whole reason why you farm, whole reason why you train troops, whole reason why you get commanders, build equipment, is to fight. So, any opportunity that we have to fight, we're going to take it.
I think everyone in chat is saying they just want to see 1v get smacked. So...
I mean... God damn it, that's my side.
All right. Well, I appreciate you jumping on and giving us your perspective. Plato, Plato is streaming at the top of the hour. If you guys want to go watch him, hey, fantastic. As long as you're watching one of the Rise of Kingdom content creators, I won't be offended. So be sure and check Plato out. If you don't know who he is, I'll put his link in the chat here again. And we'll see Plato again on my channel Saturday for our podcast at 17 UTC, where we will get the perspective of Apocalypse and Beast also on this KvK.
Yeah, should be fun.
All right. Have a good one, and when you be sure and wish Redline happy birthday when you get to San Francisco.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
All All right,
Best
take
of luck
care.
with the rest of your stream, man. Peace.
Thanks. All right, so that was good. Thank you, Plato, for jumping on. Let me get off of Discord here myself. Okay. Now, to bring us to our second order of business for the day. It is I don't know how to describe it, right? It's a sad day. It's also a fantastic day because I support MF and whatever he chooses to do in life, in the game, etc. He is a friend of mine, first and foremost, before he is a player in our kingdom. We announced this to our kingdom yesterday, to our alliance yesterday, but the MF account has transitioned to another player. This player will be leaving our kingdom in the coming days and going to another kingdom. So it's sad to see the account go. On the flip side, MF is not gone. He's still going to play with us. There are other accounts that we have that he can use. It's just not going to be the 718 million, 32 billion kill point, 200 plus million dead account anymore. As far as what kingdom this player is going to, I'm not going to get involved in that. That's not my business. It's his account now. He can certainly do with it what he wishes. He has been an absolute gentleman since he has taken over the account from MF, purchasing multiple bundles on a daily basis. So thank you to him for that, and best of luck on your future endeavors. That does not mean Kingdom 1029 is dead by any means. We still have players that are coming in before our next KvK starts. We still have top tier players in this game, including Resurgence, Mavic, Stitch, Cat, Shadow of Moon, Plague. I mean, we are still loaded. We are still a force to contend with, even without MF here. So we will still be out there. We will still be fighting just as hard as we ever did. And if you meet us in a KvK, we're still the Swarm Nation. So, again, he's not going anywhere as a person, right? He's still going to play the game. We have a couple accounts that he can play on, including, where are we here? He can play on Bulgogis. He can play on Groot. Where is Groot? Groot is somewhere in here. Right here, Groot, 138 million power. So he's not gone, right? But after dedicating years and years to this game at the power level and the spending level that he was at, it makes perfect sense that he wants to take a nice long hiatus. And I support him in whatever decision he makes. MF, your account will be missed, but I'm sure we'll still be talking very frequently on Discord. Okay, so that is that. I wanted to address that in a stream because I have gotten several questions from individuals. They must have the MF account as a friend, and they noticed the name had changed. But it is what it is, people. Players come and go from this game. It's something we're used to. It's unfortunate, but hey, we will survive. We will persevere. It just starts a new chapter in the legacy of 1029 and the TSN family. Exactly. We are still strong. We will still prevail. Here is a link to Blagette as well. He put out a video this morning. Greatest comeback ever in KvK. So his kingdom had a huge comeback in their KvK. I would strongly recommend you go check out that video that he put out there. So this is the one stream. I will address it. Does anyone have questions on the MF account leaving? Obviously, there are specifics that I cannot divulge, but I will try to address questions as they come. And nobody cares about KvK 1 through 3. There are people that care. There are people that care. And if anything, it's the least I can do to support a friend. Alright, where were they fighting? It was up here again, right? Yep. Ooh, there's some troops there now. Alright, Tesh, have a good day at work. Yeah, and right, I'm happy for MF. I mean, there are days that I'm playing this game going, what the hell am I doing? You know, I should just give it up. But then there are other days that it's like, hey, this is still fun as hell. Am I ready for this Hell KvK? I'm not in this Hell KvK. So you bet I'm ready for this Hell KvK. I'm going to be sitting back with the popcorn watching as much as I can in between fighting on my real KvK. Which we will probably be signing up for next week. But yeah, again, Cat's got a few more migrants coming in, so we will have to get them in the door and get them all set up with a few resources so that they can help in KvK. I cannot, Jacob. And I did not say he sold it. I said it transitioned owners. That's all you're going to get out of me. It transitioned owners. Who am I rooting for? I think as far as that 8 Imperium KvK goes, I think it's always fun to root for the underdog. Do I think it's the best matchup? I don't know. I mean, diplomacy is hard, right? And maybe the matchup was set before the map even came out. God only knows. At the same time, if there are kingdoms that have a legitimate beef with each other, or there are kingdoms that you are in a KvK with, that you have a good experience with in the past, that you have a good relationship in the past, that you know aren't going to, screw you once the zig opens, you can't fault the kingdom for allying with somebody that they feel comfortable with. So if 1960 and 2377 have a good relationship with each other, you can't fault them guys for allying with each other, right? It just, I mean, we've allied in KvKs ourselves with kingdoms that we were familiar with, that we had played with in the past, that we knew if a decision was made that we would agree to whatever decision that the two camps agreed to and roll with it, right? There's so many betrayals and so much backstabbing going on in these KvKs lately because of the Autric rewards at the end, that level of trust to have in another kingdom is priceless. Whether it's another high-powered kingdom or another low-powered kingdom. Hey, Daniel. And yeah, Arvix is in both of those kingdoms. So, well, are we going to see Arvix versus Arvix part 2, And 3 versus 5 is not going to be easy for those 3 kingdoms. Exactly. Especially if the 5 kingdoms have a strategy kind of like the 6 kingdoms had in this KvK. And of course, I have the wrong map up on the screen, right? I mean, sure, Kingsland is lost right now for 33, 88, 25, 2010, 79, and 41. But 88 is burning through this level 7 pass. They are coming down here. And it looks like they are hell-bent on taking out these 89 forts here. And if they take out these 89 forts here that are linked to the territory in Kingsland, and all this territory goes gray, yikes. One word, yikes. So I don't know that this one is even over yet. Yeah, these kingdoms are all Imperium kingdoms, and I don't think I would call any one of them a farming kingdom. The Great Wall of Orleans, yes it is. So I was joking with the guys earlier, right? And I think Stitch coined this phrase. TSN Stitch, that is. 20 Fort 9. So not 2049, 20 Fort 9. He may have gotten it off of Facebook somewhere, but I just love it. That's funny as hell. No disrespect to 2489. They're doing what they have to do, right? But 20 Fort 9. No, 20 Fort 89, right? 20 Fort 89. So, yeah. Pretty much perfect. It perfectly describes this KvK. I mean, 2010 is pushing in down here as well. 88 is over here. They basically eliminated 484 out of this area. So this is an interesting KvK still to watch. Hey Alex, good to see you. Nope, they do not, Rec. It is still 240 for the winning side and 60 for the winning side to distribute to any other camps. So that's why that's part of the reason we're seeing lots of big Imperiums go by the wayside. You know, I think the threshold to be an Imperium keeps dropping and dropping and dropping because people want those rewards. So they're migrating to B seeds, to C seeds, to D seeds in an effort to get those rewards. This Kingsland is over. However, 1188 is coming through past 7 and they're trying to backdoor 2489. So the KvK is far from over. Hey, Loco. I mean, I've been lucky. D Kingdom here. And we have gotten 2 KvK wins. I've gotten 2 Autric rewards, right? We've got the... Nope, not on this guy. There we go. We've got the Hunter inscription on ZL. And we've got the Hunter inscription on Boudica. Time will tell. Time will tell if this is the last big Imperium KvK. Is this the final hurrah for Redline? You know, I know he went to 1960 because he had quote-unquote unfinished business. I think, I think his unfinished business is with 1365 though. So he may stick around till 1960 meets 1365 in another KvK. But, you know, I think maybe after this KvK, I mean, you can only sustain that level of fighting that 960 has for a period of time, right? I mean, unless you're just hemorrhaging money. You know, to have 300 or so players that have the tech and have the equipment and have everything that those guys have and consistently spending, you can only sustain that for a period of time before it's no longer reasonable. They are hemorrhaging money though. so money, their money's growing on trees, huh? Which is great, you know. I mean, the fact that they spend so much in this game helps this game still remain free for the rest of us. Well, For those individuals that don't buy bundles anyway. Because if nobody bought bundles in this game, it would be, okay, you've been fighting for a half hour, you now need to watch this video ad before you can heal your hospitals. You know, it'd be stupid shit like that. We see that in other games too, unless you buy a pack to remove ads or, you know. Hey, new subscriber box. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I mean, all the kingdoms in that big 8 KvK, they're right around that 25, 26 billion power range, right? Yeah, kill points 1960 has got 2.5, 2.6 trillion, call it. 1034 has got 1.8 trillion, so yeah, we'll see. We will see. 10-second ad per rally, yeah, exactly. You know, and here's the thing too, if we got a 10-second ad every time a rally was launched, right, based on my Google demographics, you know, I'd probably be getting an ad for Viagra every time a rally was launched, right? Right, if they had a pack to remove the verification, that would be, oh good God, that would be awesome. I don't understand it either, because sometimes it'll pop up and it'll give you that 10-minute countdown. Other times you'll be fighting your ass off in a murder ball, be fighting for 30 minutes, and all of a sudden you get an instant verification. You clear that instant verification. Okay, I took some losses there. You know, you'll send your troops out again. Another instant verification. That instant verification will pop up like 10 times in 15 minutes. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Do they have 2.8 trillion? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at a map I was sent, so it says 2,589 billion for kill points on it, but maybe that's just the top 2 alliances. Who knows? In any case, it's going to give us something to watch, right? I mean, the unfortunate thing is I will probably be in KvK myself for a period of time that they are fighting. But, you know, generally our pass openings, we fight for a couple of days and then it's over until the next pass opens, so. I want a bundle for city builder designs. No patient to make my inner city. You don't have to make your city pretty. What's up, Happy? Oh, good to see ya. Yeah, there's some really good KvKs going on, not just that 1960 KvK. I know though that's getting all the publicity right now because it's brand new, but this 1093 1365, that's going to be a doozy as well. So, I mean, we're going to have no shortage of entertainment. 1307 and 1862. That one I have not heard much about. So what are we at right now? Well, yeah, that's it, right? So once the MF account has migrated out, well, shoot, we'll probably be a D-seed kingdom again if we lose 700 million power. I'm okay with that. Yeah, if you want to shoot me the details, then I am Riley. And after work, if I am not too exhausted and have time to fire up a stream, we can certainly take a look. So okay, so we'll go through this again, right? The MF account has changed hands. There is a new owner to the MF account, and that account will be migrating out of the kingdom here in the next 4 to 5 days. Really nice guy. As far as where he's taking it, what are his plans for it, that's his business. If he wants to make that public, he can make that public. Not something I'm gonna broadcast, right? Exactly. Why fight in an Imperium kingdom when you can win KvKs in a D-seed? Have fun here. We don't win every KvK. We have lost 2 KvKs. I think we've done 6 KvKs since I've been here. We're 4-2. So you don't win every KvK. KvK is only as good as the allies you make. And there have been a couple times where the allies we have chosen have not performed. They've had civil wars in the middle of KvK. They've had some inner fighting with each other. They've turned their back on us and they've allied with our enemies just so they get a little bit of rewards at the end, like the they're not the sanctuary at the end, you know. So it's not all bells and whistles when you have 20 kingdoms in a heroic anthem, or 32 kingdoms in a strife of the 8. There's a lot of egos going around. There's a lot of diplomacy and bullshit you got to deal with. Make infantry strong again? No way. No way. My archers will still smoke your infantry, Pete. All this rock drama lately, and 93, 365 are off in their own little world doing their own little thing. Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a match on Sunday, right? I mean, 93 wins by less than 1,000 points last week. The week before, JST by 3,000 points. This is going to be a hell of a match on Sunday. That will be something fun to watch. It would be more fun if there was not a 12-minute delay, but hey, you get what you get, right? Just betray for rewards. Nobody will care. No, we don't do that. Nope, I'd rather lose a KvK than make a promise to another kingdom and betray them. We are not in KvK yet, Soup. We will probably be signing up the next pop. Hey, Apocalypse is here. What's up, Apo? Oops. Forgive me, I've been typing all day at work and Code 2268. Nope, nope. Black Panther is blackballed from our kingdom. He can never come here because he's a Zig stealer. Oh, you were getting swarmed again? So I was told today at work that, hey, we want you to go to India for 2 weeks. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I don't have a passport. I can't go. Yeah, everybody wants their 5 minutes of fame swarming you. Zero dead, the boom boom style. Yeah, if you got a report and want to shoot it over to me, we'll throw it up on Stream Apple. Yeah, they're like, we need you to go to India so that when this new group that we've outsourced all this work to, when they go live, they have somebody there that they can ask questions to. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been training them for 2 hours a day for 6 weeks. I have rewritten desk level procedure after desk level procedure. If they have questions from the training, they should have asked them already. If they have questions from the desk level procedures, they've got 2 weeks to practice in the test environment, where if they fuck something up, it doesn't matter. You do not need me in India for 2 weeks to answer questions live. As long as they are working Eastern Standard Time, US, I will be in the office. I will be able to answer questions as they send them to me. So I'm like, nope, I'm not going to India. And my boss asked me, she's like, well, my boss is like, I was kind of anticipating your answer, but what if the higher ups say you have to go? I said, then I will tell the higher ups that they can have my resignation. You cannot force me to do anything. And then the director kind of says, well, you know, company A kind of owns us now. And I said, no offense, nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. Just because they sign my paycheck does not mean they own me. They pay my salary, but they don't own me. I make my own decisions in life. Yeah, it would have been all business expense, but here's the stupid thing, right? They make you charge the plane ticket on your own card. They make you charge the hotels. They make you charge all your expenses and then submit an expense report. If I'm there for 2 weeks and I'm racking up credit card debt, and then I submit an expense report, and it takes them 30 days to pay me, I'm getting fucking interest on all that credit card debt then too. No, homie, don't play that game. You want me to travel someplace like that? No, you give me a company credit card. Yeah, exactly. You know, and then it takes them forever to look through the receipts and, oh, well, you ordered room service and they added gratuity on, so we're not going to reimburse you for the extra tip that you gave them. You know, it's all political red tape bullshit like that. You know, you want me to go downstairs to the fucking hotel restaurant and eat down there so they don't add gratuity on to my room service charge. After I've worked a 15-hour day answering questions from fucking stupid people. No, I don't think so. I don't want to deal with people at that point. I just want to sit in my goddamn room. You know, I mean, if it was any other time of the year, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. But this is the busiest time of the year for the clients that I have. And they're asking me to go to India to train a team that's not even servicing my own clients. So during the busiest time of the year, my clients are going to be without me for 2 weeks. And I'm going to be helping another team that's servicing other people's clients? I don't think so. Let somebody else who has those clients go there and hold their fucking hands. But I digress. I am not going to India, period. That's, at age 52, when I make up my mind, there's no sense in trying. Now, if it was New Zealand and I got to see Apocalypse, hell yeah, I'd be on the next flight. But it's not. Oh no, did my farmers come home? Damn it. Gathering day. I gotta get my Bertrand heads. These are so annoying. Gaining trust with your commanders. I mean, come on. Time is it 6:14? Okay, so I can grab a couple of gem nodes. See, pro farmer. I'm a pro farmer. Just got 2 hours, so I'm gonna have to bring that home before reset. Okay, that works. Speaking of Apocalypse, right? Saturday, a reminder again. Saturday at 17 UTC, that is our podcast. Apple, Plato, Beast, and I. Let me find some fighting here, and then I'll bring up the agenda and let you know what's on tap for this Saturday. So this Saturday, we are going to be discussing this KvK that was on the screen right now. The 2489 KvK and their ongoing fights here. Talking about the new commanders and smite damage. What the hell is smite damage? Maybe talking about the planned equipment changes that Lilith has proposed with their quote-unquote council of players. We'll be diving into the 1960-1034 matchup again. And giving our predictions on the JST 93T Osiris League final. Something you won't want to miss. And then I'm trying to think of something fun to do at the end. Now, just for this Saturday's podcast, right? Electro King has said he will give away. He said we can give away one free profile picture that he will make to a lucky subscriber. You got to be there to win. And you'll have to get in touch with Electro King at the end. But there's a free giveaway this Saturday as well. So you don't want to miss that. He has made some killer profile pictures, including one for Yoda. Smite damage is the daddy of Nevsky Joan. What time is the podcast? 17 UTC. Sorry, that water went down the wrong way. 17 UTC on Saturday. So, you know, and that's why I plug Electro King all the time in my streams, because he does shit like that for me. You know, I think before I even woke up this morning, I had a map of the 1960 KvK sitting in my inbox. That's 88 on the left. That's 2010 over on the right. Oh, wow. '89 forts burning, 89 flags burning. So at what point, Apple, if you're listening, at what point does 89 draw a line and say, okay, thou shall not pass? Because they're getting awfully close to these forts. Close enough to make me uncomfortable. This is 2010 over here in yellow. And where's 484? Are they simply out of the picture now? They've got one fort here. Got a fort up here. Are they done dancing? All their territory that was even touching the RCF is gray. I couldn't tell you tech. I mean, 84 is over here yet in Kingsland. They're gone from this zone. Unless I'm missing something. What's up, eh? Why don't 84 build out here? Put some pressure on 88 on this side. Maybe force some players over to that area to, I don't know. I'm kind of lost here. Yeah, I don't have the poll up today. It's all good. We're just shooting the shit. Falcons, Packers, who wins? That depends on Aaron Jones. You know, I think he said he'll be ready to go on Sunday, but you know, this year the Packers are going to win or lose, but based on his back. You know, Jordan Love will have success as long as we have a good running game. If we don't have a good running game and he's forced to throw the ball every play, it's going to be difficult for a young quarterback and young receivers. The first time I haven't seen a poll going. Yeah, I was kind of lazy today. Here, we'll do one just for you. There we go. There's a pull for you, eh? Sorry, the small things in life that keep a person entertained. I don't know, guys. If 84 is done dancing here and it's just 89, vote for A. Interesting stuff here. I don't know what to make of this map anymore. So it might be a very interesting conversation with Apocalypse on Saturday at the podcast, talking about this KvK, especially if 88 makes it down to these forts here. I think they realized going head on with 89 was in Kingsland was kind of a stalemate, so they're going in through Pass 7. They're coming down to try and take these forts out, and 2010 is pushing over as well. So it's 88 with a bunch of 55 players in those alliances. Excuse me, 58. Did I say 58? 25. It's 88 with a bunch of 525 players in those alliances, pushing down through these forts, and 2010 is coming over from the right-hand side. So what happens if they win the Zig but can't get out of Kingsland? I mean, to win the Zig, you got to be touching the Zig, right? And there's a chance if these forts get burned, there's a chance that all this territory disappears. They still have territory here coming in from the bottom. So, I mean, this territory here, it's not touching the Zig. And they'd have to delete some flags and build some flags to touch it. I don't know. I mean, you can win KvK and hold the Zig at the end and not get any of the other rewards for sanctuaries or whatever all this other crap is, the high rounds or whatever it is in Orleans, right? So I don't know. I don't know that I recall a KvK where that has happened. No, this KvK is far from over. Kingsland there's no fighting in Kingsland, but the fighting is all up here now. I mean, it's not nearly the crazy fighting that we saw in Kingsland. And it might be that 89 is just taking a little sleeper. You know, they're taking a day off. Saying, hey, fuck it. Burn what you can. We've got some forts here. We'll come when it matters. If 89 focuses on defending one fort, how can they burn it? Yeah, I mean, as long as they can hold some ground here and stay connected to their territory in Kingsland. But when you got 1188, 1525, and 2010 coming from the right, and your allies in 484 are way up here, or way over here, or I don't know where the fuck they are, back in their home kingdom? I don't know. It's gonna be rough. So I don't know that it's over yet. Is this shaping up to be one of the great comebacks of all time? We'll have to keep watching to find out, I guess. But for anyone who said this is not a balanced KvK, that this is not a fair matchup, I think you're dead wrong. I mean, after this KvK, then we got 1365, 1093, we got 1960, 1034. Just going to get juicy and juicy and juicy. You know, waiting for the weather to get cold outside and we can hunker down indoors and watch some KvK action. 2133 does not seem to grasp the concept of KvK yet. Someone needs to teach them that in KvK, you're supposed to fight and help your allies. I don't know. They for the power that they had, what was it, 32.7 billion power? Very disappointing. If they had actually fought and fought hard, let's just say they fought half as hard as 1188, 1525, 2010, 2049. Let's just say they fought half as hard as any one of those kingdoms. Kingsland would be a much different picture. And I really hope that they don't get any rewards in the end. They don't deserve them, in my opinion. And no disrespect to any players in 2133. I think it's probably a leadership decision, and it's not a decision that individual players were actually making. But if you're an individual player in that kingdom and you wanted to fight and nobody else is going out there to fight with you, it's kind of hard to solo against Baba and Foe and BT Cyborg and those players in 89, right? So I get it. I get it for the individual player, but if it's a decision made at the kingdom level, and I was the individual player there, that's probably not a kingdom I would stick around in for very long. But that's just me. So we will kind of recap the top story of the day here, then I think I'm going to call it a night. So the top story of the day, for those of you that missed it earlier, the account formerly known as MF has changed ownership. It is now owned by an individual calling himself Fluffy Pony. Very nice guy. He will be migrating the account out of the kingdom in the next 4 or 5 days, I think Tuesday or Wednesday. So MF is not gone. He will still be playing on other accounts that we have in the kingdom when he wants to play. But his account will be out of our kingdom and in another kingdom. So what does that mean for 1029? Nothing changes. We're still going to be the crazy aggressive sons of bitches that we always have been. We're still going to go hard in every single KvK. If that means if people just came here to play with MF, or just came here to, collect the few gold chests that he was buying here at the end of his career, and they want to leave, good riddance. If they're here to have fun and play with a great group of people, nobody else is leaving. We're all still going to stay here. I am not at liberty to discuss what transaction took place. The official statement is the account has changed hands and is under new ownership. So we have yet to see exactly where that account lands, but whatever kingdom gets it is getting a hell of an account in their kingdom. And the guy that owns it now, he's a very nice guy. Hell, he has been buying... oh, where are we here? No. Where do you... No, where do you collect those damn chests? There we go. In the gifts. So he has been buying chest after chest after chest. There we go. Fluffy Pony, Living Legend, gold chest, gold chest, gold chest. Fluffy Pony, Legendary Warriors, gold chest, gold chest, gold chest. So gold chest. War Machine. So, many thanks to him for supplying us with several months worth of gold chests and helping us get ready for KvK. Wish you the best wherever you land, and if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Should you wish to ever come back to 1029, I believe the door would always be open. I do not know with 100% certainty, and quite frankly, it's not my business. It's his account wherever he takes it. They are getting a super solid account, a super nice guy, and he seems to be a very smart player. So, wherever he lands, they've got a diamond there. That is the hot topic. That is the news of the day, the breaking news, whatever you want to call it. We'll miss that account in KvK, but I guess, maybe I'll have to pick up the slack and be the random teleporting crazy person from now on. Who knows? I don't know that I'm comfortable doing everything that MF did at only 165 million power, but hey... it might be fun, right? Yeah, if he wants to stay in 1029, I believe he's more than welcome to stay here. I know Kat has been having multiple conversations with him, and she really likes the guy. So, if Kat likes him and says he's a good person, then, hey, that's all I need in my book. What's up, Jerkul? So that said, guys, we are going to call it an evening. I know it was a shorter stream tonight, but I didn't plan on staying on a hell of a long time. And we are going to find someone to redirect you over to. I believe, yep, Plato is streaming. So yeah, we'll kick you over to Plato. He was nice enough to join the live stream here earlier and talk a little bit about that KvK matchup that they are in. I'm sure he is talking more about it on his live stream. Thank you all for hanging out today. I appreciate each and every one of you. We will be back very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow. It depends how work goes. Work's been hell lately. For sure, we will be here on Saturday at 17 UTC for the podcast. So be sure and check that out. Thanks, guys. We're going to leave you with this. And from there, call it a night. We'll catch you later.